Okay, this is my bluetti system, guys. Bluetti power stations are rechargeable batteries that supply ready-to-use AC power via a built-in sine wave inverter. The inverters and charge controllers are all included in one housing. My setup consists of 4 bluettis and 1 Pecron power station, which I will show you later. I also have an expansion battery that is hooked up to my main bluetti, which is the AC200L. That's the one that's on the top. The bluetti is hooked up to a transfer switch that runs 10 breakers in my home when the power goes out. The transfer switch is integrated into my main power supply, and I'm able to run my house on power from the grid or my electric company, and also use my bluetti at the same time, thus saving me hundreds of dollars on my electric bill each month. The battery in the middle is an expansion battery called the Bluetti B300K. It has 2,764 watt hours of capacity. The AC200L has 2,048 watt hours of capacity. Then on the bottom row, I have 2 Bluetti AC200P batteries. These are the ones that I started out with years ago. They're an older model, but I've managed to integrate them into my system, and today I will explain how I use them to keep my house running 24 hours a day, saving me on my electric bill each month. I can only use the system to run AC current in the 120 range, which means I cannot run my air conditioning unit, I cannot run my dryer, or I cannot run my oven, but I can run anything else in my house as long as it doesn't go over 2,400 watts of power in my system. Through trial and error, I have found out what I can run on a daily basis to keep my system up and running with no interruption of power. With all the power stations combined, I have 11,560 kilowatt hours of usage each day at my disposal. I also have 2,900 watts of solar panels hooked up to my system so that I can charge my batteries each day when the sun is available. I also have a backup generator that I can use on days that there is no sunlight, and I can run my system and charge it up on a daily basis. This is my Bluetti AC180 that I have on my counter in the kitchen to run my coffee maker. This has an 1,800 watt inverter and 1,152 watt hours of capacity. The reason I have this set up the way that I have it is because a coffee maker uses 1,000 watts of power. So having it set up this way, I can make coffee whenever I need to, and it doesn't interrupt the 2,400 watts of power that I have on my solar system. This is my Pecron power station, which I use to run my air fryer. An air fryer uses about 1,500 watts of power. So the reason I have this set up is, again, so it will not compromise the 2,400 watts that I have running through my AC power unit. So I can run this anytime I want to in order to use the air fryer. And then after I use it, I plug it in to charge it back up again to 100% capacity. These are the breaker plugs that are in back of my units. If you notice the one on the bottom, that's the plug that goes right into the transfer switch, which is in my garage. This is my transfer switch in my garage. It has 10 breakers on it, and as you can see, I have everything written out on what I use on a daily basis. This is the cord that comes from the transfer switch and runs down the wall that goes into my living area where all of my bluettis are kept. This is my first solar array, which has 400 watts of power that goes to the first bluetti that I have at the bottom. If you see the pergola, that also has 1,000 watts of solar on it, and that goes to the second bluetti. This is the south side of my home, and it's another 1,000 watts of solar panels that I have. And that goes to the top bluetti, the AC 200L. These are the first two solar panels that I started out with in 2021 when we had that freeze that came through and knocked out all of our power in Texas. I ran the MC4 solar connections underground and up my pergola, where I added another 1,500 watts of solar panels. Altogether, I have 2,900 watts of solar panels to run all of my bluettis, allowing me to charge them up to 100% on sunny days here in Texas. I ran all of my MP4 solar wire into my home and grounded the whole system for safety. This is my generator storage box where I store my dual fuel generator. It's a Pulsar 4,000 watt generator that I use to charge up my bluettis on days where there is no sunlight. I use propane to power the generator. My bluetti only takes 1 hour to charge up, so one tank of propane will last me for about 12 days. This is the inlet that I had installed that runs into the house where I can plug in my bluettis to charge them. This is an extra storage box where I have another propane tank and a cover for my generator when I need to run it when it's raining outside.